Hey everyone. I'm gonna wait a little bit until people start coming on. I was gonna wait, but I just got home and I thought we get into Scorpio season. And I think it'd be amazing time right now for us to get together. So sit a while, uh, enjoy yourself, let's have a fabulous time, you know? Let's enjoy ourselves. Can we do that? Have a good time. What's up? Hey, Frank. Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit. I'm Scorpio. I am a Scorpio. And a few months ago, I decided to create an environment so Scorpios can come and share. And I started out with just trying to get an understanding of the Scorpio man, the masculine energy. And last week I went on, it went well. So I decided, hey, snap, I'm 11, 12. So we're in Scorpio season. I live in Austin, so we have a lot of stuff going on, right? It's ACL, and but I wanted to make sure I come in early so I could chat with y'all, cuz I got some stuff. I got some stuff we should talk about. It's like very interesting. I am coming to the realization that, man, Scorpios have been having a hard time. I think we all have been struggling with crap. We all have been. And I think we are like, I just heard this today. It's like we let things bother us and then we hold it in our heads. And we hold it in our heads for like forever. And why do we allow whatever that is to pick up furniture, go into our heads, and live there? Do that make sense? So, I wanted to talk about how that is relatable into, oh my gosh, let me tell you what I just found. Oh gosh, I'm going to tell you about this rock. I'm going to tell you about this rock. This is a Era quartz goddess. God, I'm dressed for the night. Okay. And what's so interesting about this rock, you don't know how it's going to look until you open it. And this is us. This is the Scorpio energy. Like, if you see, we have these rough edges, but people are attracted to our color, our aura. Okay? It's our aura. And if you don't know what an aura is, your aura is what people see before you get into the room. Yes, I have. Hi, Frank. So it's that aura that you see, and here is the Scorpio energy. You can see in the blue the depth. The depth is a demonstration of the blue, the sea, as far as the eye can go. And if we know, the ocean hasn't ever been like, they don't know what's in there. And that's us. Snap, crackle, pop. Yes, that's us, totally. But what the beauty of this amazing rock is, when you open it up, this is when you see her, him. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that just simply amazing? But yet, we can be constantly misunderstood, constantly judged. And the brilliance of knowledge, the brilliance of sensuality, the brilliance of soulful thought, the brilliance of knowing, the brilliance of manifesting, the brilliance of noticing, the brilliance of giving, the brilliance of anger, the brilliance of sadness, crying, the brilliance of the ground, the soil, the brilliance of the water that feeds the ground and the soul. So think about the element of a Scorpio. And that's what everybody struggles with. This beauty. Imagine that was your heart and they're struggling knowing who you are. So pick up some wine. I got my Cabernet for tonight, but I was going to do some self-care, and I really wanted to share. I wanted us to be able to talk, because you know what? Our birthdays are coming up. It's time for newness. We need to stop doing and being stuck. We're really stuck right now. I actually went out and about today because I love being at home. I don't like dealing with people. They get on my nerves sometimes. But I realized that I needed to get out. I realized that I needed to give myself care and love her. And as I sit in my feminine energy and I love her, I'm better for him. But what's so crazy about the him? Him wants this deep, dark relationship with her. And he thinks what she desires is his things. Taj Mahal was built and the art was created because of a woman, because of a woman's love. And for some reason, we are losing sight of that. What I want to understand is, how do you take ownership of yourself? Speak your truth and tell somebody it's not working without hurting their feelings. And a lot of times we put up with stuff because we don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. We got to get out of that. Because we want to, just think, we want to hear the truth. Because if we hear the truth, then we can do better and be better. Yes, exactly. And if we not, if we don't take ownership of ourselves, and I think why Scorpios are so feared sometimes, because they think we're revengeful. They think we bring out our, no, you know what? When a Scorpio brings out their stinger or their wrath, it's because they spent over and over and over and over and over trying to help you learn them. And instead of trying to learn them, what happened is you just continued. And so then they got to let you go because we're about evolution. We're really about evolution. And so it really is interesting how we can break this gap that is deep with us in us. And the reason I started this channel, because I wanted to get you some insight on a Scorpio woman, because the thing is, you learn a Scorpio woman, you got elements of all women, because that's the Scorpio. The Scorpio is literally someone that evolves and evolves over again. That's their lesson. That's their life lesson. To die, to evolve, to go into the phoenix. So think of how many deaths and how can I say it, generations of deaths that they have done in their ancestry, and then they come to this reality and they start seeing people like have you ever just hung with somebody and they just look so familiar for you, to you, and you haven't ever met them, this is your first time? That's because they have been somewhere in your timeline. And when somebody is in your timeline, it's an imprint on your energy and your spirit. So you will always remember. So what happens is when we get hurt, we always remember. And then we continue, remembering that. And like this reader, just it was just like a wake up call. I wish I could remember her name because I wanted to say it, but for some reason I can't. But she's amazing because she literally talks about like how we just like why do we hang on to things, and I want us not to do that now, because we are losing out on love because we're too picky. We want them to be musicians. We put all these you know things that it just they can't do. So how can we be more kind to ourselves? But this has nothing to do with someone else. This is us being kind to ourselves. I wanted to start this channel because I want to share and talk about the evolution of the Scorpio and what we're going into. And I don't know if you felt the last transit, if any of you guys even understand that. The last transit was so hard because we are going to a place that is going to be extremely successful if we get this. If we really get the knowledge, we will elevate to new realities, new places. We will do a lot of amazing stuff, you guys. A lot of amazing stuff. We have to start opening up, letting people in, right? Right? How many of y'all Scorpios? Okay, tell me something. How many of you Scorpios out there find yourselves, you date, but you don't really get serious with anybody because you're looking for opportunity that they're gonna mess up. I don't even think we even know that we do that, but it's a subconscious thing that we just hold back because we know they're gonna mess up and we know they're gonna fail us. Then we know, well, we have to realize that people are human. We are human. And the more we get that and we understand that, we'll be able to find, like, this is my thing. I want to feel that love, that love, that love. You know what I mean? So how do I get that? I have to feel that love for myself. And the more I give to myself and the more I love the virtue of the I am, then I'll start pulling that in. Yeah. So you guys, if anybody on my feed or on my channel asks you for money, asks you for, I don't give out my number. I don't do any of that. I don't reach out to people like that. I have intros. If you don't like this, it's okay. I'm glad you came in. So we're going into Scorpio season. Scorpio season. Can I get a and a wait a minute? I have a glass fetish. Oh, I didn't do it right. There. So, yeah, have a drink, sit down with me, let's chat. In Austin, we have ACL. Pink played tonight, and we've had just the city is bustling right now. And so, yeah, I wanted to make sure I got back in. We went live last week. This is my second week going live. And we talk about the masculine and feminine energy, but also how does it convey to a Scorpio and how Scorpios are feeling, you know, um, we've been going through a lot. We've been going through a lot. I must say we've been going through a lot. But I also see in those things that we've been going through a lot of successes. We are having success, you guys. And that's what's so beautiful about it because we are starting to have successes. Things are starting to happen for us. And we may feel overwhelmed and things like that. But being that way, I just really wanted to talk to you guys. It's just like we're in the process of letting people go, and we have to let people go so we can grow. Because if you don't let people go, they will be like like crabs. Crabs are a parasite. And so when you're boiling crabs, when you boil crabs, what they do is pull each other down, and you don't want to be around that kind of energy. You want to be around people that are going to be support you and understand your scorpionic energy. Understand, the thing within you that makes you hermit, that makes you sometimes just need to be pulled back. And that's not a bad thing. You shouldn't feel bad about that, right? So it's just like I did this channel so we could just really, if you got questions and you want to ask anything, if you're dating a Scorpio, that's another story. I mean, when you're dating a Scorpio and he's a masculine energy is very different from the Scorpio female. And two, a lot of it just depends on what lies in their planets and what karma and trauma. Hi, Red. How are you? Um, We will get to that. um, how like how like you see, what did you do that for? You made me totally forget what I was trying to say. Like I was on egg, like, and you just made me forget. So yeah, you think that's funny? Yeah, right. So it's like, shoot. Okay, it's coming back to me. It's coming back to me. Oh yeah. So we can just, so the channel is so we can have that conversation. And I want y'all to know what a Scorpio feminine is like. And a lot of it depends on where their elements. When I do my human design, I'm a 1/4. So me being a 1/4, unless a man or anybody energetically gives me permission, I don't enter. And that means seem standoffish, but it's not standoffish, because what happens is I'm tapped into my intuitive uh, uh, GPS. And so when I get around someone that I just know, their energy is kind of like constricted, I won't go there, because I don't want to babysit somebody emotionally, and I don't want to deal with what they think, because a lot of times what they think, they're totally wrong. What people think about Scorpios, they're totally wrong, because every Scorpio is different. They're really different people of each other, and it really depends. Like, I'm a Scorpio with my North Node in Scorpio. I don't like drama, but one thing I do know, I will test a man. I will test him, and it's really not a test. It's an opportunity for him to show me who he truly is. I think what's the most boring thing for me, if I gotta ask for you to be transparent. And the thing about it, when I'm asking you to be transparent, I already have a gut instinct. But because I have a gut instinct and I feel that you're not being transparent with me, I give you a rope to hang yourself. Because I'm not going to beg as feminine energy. I'm not going to beg for honesty. I don't have to, because I can tell when you're not honest. And you know what's so hard? It's so hard. I think that's why Scorpios have a lot of problems with other people, because we can man, we like detectives. We can locate bullshit a mile away, a mile away, a mile away, and I don't know why it's like that. But I'm not. If a Scorpio woman is interested in you, you really need to have your game on. You really need to. I dated a guy for 3 years, almost 3 years. I gave him a chance, almost 3 years. And when I quit him, when I was done, he was so surprised. He was so, it was like electric shock. That was insulting to me. That was just really insulting to me. I actually saw the child in him energetically, spiritually. I had to let him go because he wasn't ready. And I think that's what Scorpios do. I think the feminine women, the feminine Scorpio, especially when she gets up in age, like when she's young and she's, going around trying to sting, she's kindly looking for love. And if her heart is broken, what she will do is the pain from that will make her sting herself and implode herself and make her go into a hole until she can literally be rebirthed. So I think with Scorpio women, they don't want to go to that level unless you have deserved it, unless you have shown yourself approved. Um, you're better off telling her everything in doses because she has a photogenic memory and she will catch you in your lie. And she may not even tell you. She won't even say nothing. She'll just let you ramble. She'll let you ramble on and ramble on and ramble on and ramble on for months. And then she will drop off the face of the earth. Pretty much. But if you treat her well, if you really treat her well, and you learn her minutia, because every Scorpio's minutia is different. My minutia is different from the next Scorpio. If you learn her minutia, wow. Because Scorpio women are a lot like Scorpio men. They love sensuality. They love their sensual obedience, if that's the best way to say it. Sensual obedience. I think that's what it's the way they strike the brush over the tapestry. It has to be fluent, creative, passionate, with deep, loving, loving love. And what's so crazy, I'm telling you, I don't know what I'm trying to do because I'm gonna be honest. I date a lot of Scorpios. I date a lot of Scorpios to almost it's embarrassing because the Scorpio men, their evolution is very different than ours. And it's unless they're divine masculine at most, unless they're divine masculine, their evolution is very much slower than ours. And the thing is they live in that little boy game playing, the game playing thing, the game, it's all what they don't understand is really the most insecure thing to a Scorpio woman is very insecure because she sees the little boy in you. And when she sees the little boy in you, then she's trying to find the man in you because that's what she wants. She wants a strong masculine man. She wants a hunter, even though she can hunt for herself. She wants a hunter. You will never be able to lay up in bed all day long with a Scorpio. She wouldn't have it. This is for some, you know what I mean. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't. I think the men that have rocked my world, and I feel it's because they had so many different elements in their life, like gentleness, masculinity, all of it just kind of just mush together. That seems to work for me. But if they're to cry baby, or they're like needy, oh, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. So I think Scorpio women are really looking for the man's man, the man that will go out and uh, protect her, make her safe, even though she can slay. She needs to see him elevate. I think that's the biggest thing. I know, and I know from my experience, most um, men that I have ever dated, they have leveled up, like literally, financially, emotionally, mentally. So Scorpio men and women have a lot of power. They have a lot of power. And I think the civilians that are not Scorpio, but you could have Scorpio in your planets, right? And if you do, you'll resonate with this. But Scorpios really, they want that best friend. They want that best friend that can literally blackmail them, but they make love to them every night. That's pretty much what they want. And they love conversation. They love like conversating, like they love analytical conversations. They love, like, I can sit and talk about history. I could talk about everything. I love talking about things that make you think. I wonder why. I wonder why. I remember when I was a kid, my parents was like, "Girl, I like wonder why, like, why." So Scorpios, if you don't got nothing to say, and I know this for a fact, I think a great deal of the masculine energy in our a great deal, they have Asperger's. I think they really do have Asperger's, and they're not diagnosed, and they're not bad people. They just kind of off, like they just kind of like not in touch with. And so um there's a lot of things, like, I really want to say to you men, find a group of divine masculine, because we all need each other. And if we don't learn how to do this dance with the feminine, because I said this to a man that I'm seeing. I said, if you have too many obligations that you cannot make me center of attention, I will be neglected. But if you make me center of your attention, because you can't water anything outside your intentions, you only can water everything with your intentions. So whoever's in the center of your attention, okay? And if it's things, if it's projects, if it's stuff like that, and it's not a love of feminine energy, good luck with that. Because those are things that can't stimulate the heart and connect you. And the new currency, which I said last week, the new currency is connection. And the crazy thing about that currency, you can't buy it. You can't barter it. You can't, like, it has to do with getting deep inside of yourself, so deep that your lover hears your voice. And we're so caught up in trying to impress. It makes you look like you're wearing a dress. I don't need to see your stuff. Girls do that. Oh, you like my shoes? Oh, girl, I like your shoes. And you guys do it the same way. You like my house, you like my car. We gotta get out of that crap. It ain't working no more. You know, I want something that just makes me stop breathing. Makes me stop breathing in such a way that I stop resisting and surrender. I bet you know. It's like I'm asking for rocket science. It literally is like it's rocket science. But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. So I don't know what I think about the feminine. They're hurt. The feminine energy is hurt. And I think it's almost like, well, like I said, when a couple's in a fight and they can't seem to come together to negotiate in that. And that's what's going on with the feminine energy. It's almost like feminine energy is not attracted anymore. And the reason they're not attracted to men anymore is because a man's flex is how he can move her in an energetic way. And you guys have lost the most important tool in the toolbox. You got every tool. You got every tool. How to make money. Slay your job. Slay your job. You know? But you can't slay a woman. And her connection, you can't buy. Her connection, you cannot buy. But being connected to her is the most richest thing you could ever do. It will change your life if you make the right choice. I know. Sarah, how do we make the right choice? The only way we can make the right choice is we have to heal thyself. And it's not from other relationships. It's not from other relationships. Well, I always think it's that boyfriend or that boyfriend or that girlfriend or that girlfriend. No, it's not from that. If you don't learn to heal, and I said this last week, your mother wound, this stuff started way before you started dating chicks. This started when you came out of your mom's womb. The moment that conception happened, and I think it's if I'm not mistaken, 8 weeks the soul goes into the body. That's when you went through the portal of what and who you are right now, and what determines what type of man you are is how you teach Men are the teachers, they're the protectors. That's what I love about men. Like, I'll be like in my confusing way, and I just like what should I do? And I'll go to one of my men friends, and they will just totally like, it's almost like thank you very much. But y'all just see as sexual entities now. And sexual entities, every time you let and release your essence in her with a non intention, you lose power to make a choice on the right one. So that's why you got men going years and years and years and years and years and never connecting with a woman. Years and never connecting. And me as a feminine, like, it's at my level of consciousness right now. It saddens me, and it's horrifying to watch because I see your vulnerability. I see how vulnerable you are, how scared and how worried. But you know that's okay. That's truly okay. You wouldn't be human. I just want you to know you got this. Connection is the opportunity to run things by somebody that loves you more than anything in the world and would never say or do anything to hurt you, but they will only try to lift you up and support you in everything you do. But instead, it's a cat fight. And you know the ones that are so against women? I'm gonna tell you. I hope this. I hope everybody pass this to men. You know the ones that, especially the ones that hate African American women. I'm gonna tell you something. They hate African American women because she is a reflection of him. And when they see and look on the streets and they look in the market and look on at jobs, they see us, black women, educated, smart, doing things. They really don't need a man, but they desire a man. But the black man is so angry subconsciously. Yeah, he don't even know how to carry himself. And it's almost like the Tower of Babel. He's just babbling about how much she's not desired. And it's so crazy. I have never ever had relationships. I mean like problems. I've always been able to meet someone. And some of these men, I really think, and they talk about how we wear our hair and they talk about the lipstick and our eyelashes. The most sacred thing that I have as a feminine is I can play dress up every day and I can be whoever I want every day. And if there's a man that has a problem with that, he is definitely, he's definitely gay. And that's okay. Just come out and be real about it. There's nothing wrong with it. But don't attack her because you're afraid to come out. She didn't do anything but just be fabulous. And so, like, I saw this today. It was so interesting. We have ACL and all the streets are busy. And it was two guys, a female and a male. And it was obvious that the male and the girl were together. So one of the guys, they all hugged each other, but one of the guys hugged her husband or her guy, but he just like man hugged him. He put his hands through his hair, but he's with her. So that was interesting to see. But that's going on every day. That's an everyday thing right now, you know. And, at least I mean, it's just really crazy. It's really crazy. So I think what she's saying is she's trying to be her desired person, so she can connect to him energetically. And energetically, he'd be exactly what she needs. And we need to desire it. It is okay. Never chase it. Just desire it. Think about it every once in a while. I hope you guys are enjoying your wine. Mm. So, did I answer your question? I hope I did. Because, we got a crisis in our world. We got a crisis with the men and women. It's crazy. Y'all like my hair curly? That's my new do. No, I'm probably gonna straighten it, but you know. Do y'all like it? Tell me if y'all like it. Okay, that's me being vain. I'm being vain a little bit. Oh, that's an extension. This right here is an extension. Because I wanted to put something right there that'd be lighter for my seat, but it's okay. So the guys that want to hate on me because I said that, thank you. I'm glad you noticed my talent. I am a hairstylist. I'm glad. I'm glad y'all noticed my talent. And so I'm still in the process of coaching a few people, and I'm actually working with a young lady that is been working with trauma for many years, and I would suggest if you haven't had a loving relationship in 5 years or more, y'all should go seek counseling. And it's not a bad thing because, and don't just go to any counselor. Go to a counselor that focuses on childhood trauma, because one thing that I'm getting a lot of channel on is just like we really need to start focusing on our mother room because that's where it began. And the more we take inventory of that, we're going to have a better perspective. And with that better perspective, we're going to see the opposite sex very differently. Um, it's almost like do that work, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. When I'm doing coaching, I find like the women, if you give them a task, if you give them a task and say, hey, do this, I want you to do this, and they normally finish their whole protocol. What I find with men is they'll say, yeah, I know I should have did it, and they procrastinate and they never do it. And then they come out of their session, and a lot of times my men clients, I have them the longest because they never get it. It's just like sometimes I will have them for years. And so it's sad because I'm getting ready to have a policy that I'm going to recommend someone else to them after a certain amount of time, because when you got clients that you've had for years, then is it me? Maybe I'm not doing the right thing for them. I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. So, but what I noticed about women would do their protocols and they would really do their inner work and their inner child work, and because and I think that's why they're having this evolution. They're having this evolution because they said yes to being in the feminine energy. They said yes. How do I balance myself? Oh yes. How do I become the better I am? And what steps do I need to take to do that? So I think with the feminine, it's just been easier for me to coach them. The men, it's just like it's like I have one guy. He got to the first session of his therapy, and it was really an intense session. So I had to really meditate and channel the energy. And I remember like just knowing that this situation is gonna take, because I can pretty much tell, um, going to take about 9 months to just get him into that place, right? And he ended up flaking, and it just like, and then wrote me a text about that I wasn't there for him. And so I can't help that. I can't help those people. So what I do is like those people that are desiring change, and literally they're where I'm at. They're where I'm at because I do my work. I'm doing work, right? I did my shadow work last year, and the thing is, it's just like I can't sit there and facilitate um, when I'm coaching people that have a lot of insecurities and haven't worked out their how can I say it? They're like playing games with themselves. And what I mean by that because you're not meant to like work out your issues and then go to counseling. No, that's what coaching go does for you. Coaching coaches you in almost allowing you to integrate these energies. And I'm just the person on the wall looking and saying, hey, what path are you going to choose? Because and I help them see the choices that they have. But sometimes when you try to integrate this to people, they're not ready. And so I feel when it comes to love relationships, just recognize that they're not ready. Don't be mad. Don't take it as a personal thing and put it in your head and say they hurt me, or they just they did this. No, they were untrue to themselves. And because their vibration didn't match you, you had to let them go, or they had to let you go. And as you know, rejection is protection, and maybe you needed to be protected out of that. But a lot of times I tell people to journal, like journal, and do one side of your relationships that you just pretend, and then the relationships that you had these deep, amazing love connections with, and what happened with that, and really do a self-examination of where you are, and you'll start seeing the trauma, because what is going on right now is just trauma people trying to date trauma people, and that's a formula for disaster. We will never become a power couple. That's like Do you think we get together just to get together? No, we get together because love influences matter. Love is like the quantum effect. It's an atom that explodes, and it's not just a physical thing. It's a mind thing. It's a soul thing. It's a ethereal thing. I mean, there's so many aspects of connecting and to be able to communicate with the expression of your inner truth. So if you hate yourself, you're going to hate women that you sleep with. And then you're going to put that in her. And then she's going to go around trying to, and that's why I had that session on my feed is teaching women how to clear their noni from men that have ejaculated and they're not noni with ill feelings because that stuff carries with you. So you have to pull back. And women have to do that to protect themselves because they're meant to be in and that's where we gotta have this talk because it's like the masculine energy is desiring connection. But the moment they see her connection, they become opportunists and figure out a way, how can I just take her snatch? How can I have her do this? Or how can I have her that you see how ingenuous that is? And here she did is she literally laid her she gave you all her centeredness. The very thing that you desire for. The very thing that you seek for. The very thing when you sit in a restaurant you see a woman and you're attracted to her, she's walking down the street. You did that to that one person. And then she has to go and deal with her crap from and thank you for being an activator because you definitely activated her to grow, to find herself, to love herself and the moment. And so this is what you have the feminine energy in a mass. I have found myself. I am worthy to have love. I am worthy no matter what my size is, what the color of my hair, what I am worthy to have inner love. And I don't have to do anything but exist as a divine feminine. And I don't know if you guys are paying attention. You got Iraq here, and they're sitting here fighting against each other. Iraq, you got these women, in Iran, excuse me, the women in Iran. You got the women in Iran where all their freaking rights have been taken, and then you got the American women. You just gotta, and so if you really pay attention, if you just really pay attention, you can literally see side by side. You see the feminine energy in their uproar, and then you see Mother Earth, tornadoes, volcanoes, earthquakes, side by side. And I often wonder, and this is an energetic wonder, I often wonder if men started treating women like she should be treated in her divine self. That's why I'm saying connection, you can't buy it. But your connection can save our planet. That's what's so weird. And y'all don't even see the power, but y'all masculine energy. Y'all don't even see it. That's what's so crazy. Y'all think is, increasing your wallet that makes you a man. No, affecting affecting humans Now that's a man. That's powerful. That's powerful. You can't even no. That's powerful. That is a clit hardener. Women don't want women are different today. Women are different today. And don't get them wrong. I love decadence. I love decadence, but I will not sacrifice it for connection. Now, don't get that wrong, because I will not date somebody in trauma because it manifests itself financially on you. Trip. I'm telling you, healing is the most powerful thing. Why are we not doing more of it? Just like that's all I. Why are we not doing more of it? We just sit up here and just yeah, we're not doing it. So, how long have I been on? Oh, an hour. I should get off, you guys. I just wanted to touch base with you. I'm so glad you guys came out and played with me. You know? I'm very happy that you did. So, you think this time is a good time? Or should I come on later on Saturdays? I can't see, you know what? I can't see my comments at all. I don't know. I'm just really new at this, right? Very new at this. Save, highlight, mute. I don't, yeah. See, I don't know how I get that screen. How do I get that screen? I don't know. I better leave it alone. I don't know. Is it somewhere up here? See, I don't know how to work this. I have no clue. No clue. Am I supposed to get a pop-up or something? I have no clue. So you guys, that's all I can say now for this Scorpio. You know, that's all I can say. I need to start getting ready for bed. I hope you enjoyed. I don't know if I'll be able to turn this thing off. This is crazy. Last week I did it. Oh, Lord. Can anybody help me? Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Okay, I'm just going to do this. Yes.